Without good blocking, your team's not going anywhere. Cisco blocks cyber attacks for customers around the world, including the entire Fortune 100 and the NFL. Because when the game is on the line, and it's always on the line, the NFL relies on Cisco.
We're off today following yesterday's loss. What went into that decision to give the players a day off?
Oh, yeah, we switched it around from Monday to Tuesday, so, yeah, switch the schedule around a little bit.
Thank you.
Sure.
Question from Doug Kai, followed by Chris Ryan.
Hi, Bill. You mentioned starting over last night, and I know it came up on the radio today. Was that including conversations about changes in personnel from the roster to depth chart or the coaching staff?
Yeah, well, I mean, we need to make some improvements in where we are, so we'll see what all that entails. Haven't gone into it yet, but we will.
Next question, Chris Ryan, followed by Mike Lees.
Morning, Bill. Looking back over the last couple of years, obviously the personnel has been pretty much the same in terms of core positions, same quarterback, and it seemed like you were on an upwards trajectory 2 years ago making the playoffs. What in your view has kind of transpired over the last couple of years to get from that point to now?
Yeah, right now I'm just really focused about where we are right now and moving forward. So that's really where all my energy and focus is at.
When it comes to right now and moving forward, is this team still a playoff caliber team in your view, and what do you have to do to get back to the level that obviously folks have expected around here?
Yeah, our goals are short term. It's this week, Vegas. Get ready for Vegas and go out there and play the best we can against Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Question from Mike Lees, followed by Mark Daniels.
Bill, on the first quarter interception, was that, when you watched that over, did you see that as a situation where the offensive line picked it up right and just needs to block it better, or was there more of a breakdown in identifying where the rush was coming from?
It was a combination of things, but I mean they hit us on the tackle end game, and the ball went to Matthew.
In the third quarter, on the 4th and 3, I'm punting it there. Just going back over the game, I'm wondering if, when you went back through that decision, if that was something you'd do again, or if that was one that could have gone either way when you sort of had the benefit of hindsight to go back through the game again.
Yeah. I did what I felt was best at the time.
Next question, Mark Daniels, followed by Phil Perry.
Bill, it seems like a common theme this season has been with the offensive line and just struggles up front. Have you been able to identify the main issues, and what are they right now?
I think there's a lot of things we need to do better offensively, and that's everybody's a part of it. Coaches, players, every position. I don't think it's limited to one position, one group. It's collectively we have to perform better.
Question, Phil Perry, followed by Doug Kai.
Hey, Bill, just to follow up on Mike's question about the punt at the Saints 40. You said last night, until you get better on 3rd and 4th down, that wasn't a situation where you want to go for it. But there are low percentage things that the teams do to try to stay in games. So with only so many possessions left at that point, down 24, why not go for it, even if it might have had a low percentage chance at success?
All right. Well, I just answered the question, Phil, so sorry if you don't like the answer, but it's the same answer.
I guess it's just, it felt like maybe sort of a desperation mode point in the game. I guess I'm curious why it wasn't, if it wasn't, in your opinion.
Yeah, there was still time left in the game.
And later in the third quarter, Bill, there was a looked like a near interception by Kyle. Were any thought to challenging that one? Was there any consideration there on the sideline for you to throw the flag there?
Well, no, based on the replay, it looked like the ball hit the ground.
Okay.
I'd say any point in wasting a challenge on a play that didn't look like it was going to go in our favor. I don't know what good that would have done.
Next question, Doug Kyne, followed by Mike Reese.
Well, you said that there's a lot of things that need to do or get better on offense. Obviously, haven't scored a touchdown now in 10 quarters. How do you think the offense got to this point where that's been such a big issue?
Yeah. Well, again, the main focus here is to get things better, to move the ball, to take care of the ball, to move the ball, and score points. So that's really what we're going to focus on.
Thank you. The next question, Mike Reese, followed by Phil Perry.
How much of that, Bill, will be going back to basics?
Fundamentals are always an important part of it, so that's definitely be part of it.
And it seemed like there were some positive things offensively early in the season. How much can you go back to that, or how much will you go back to that and maybe be able to draw from that as you move forward?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll take a look at everything, but I mean, the Eagles aren't on our schedule. You know, Dallas isn't on our schedule, so things that happen in those games, you know, they may or may not be relevant to a future team or this week. Again, that would be a case by case thing. Not saying there's no relevance to it, but it's, again, we're looking at a different team this week and next week. So.
Question, Phil Perry, followed by Chris Ryan.
You referenced the score yesterday when you were asked about taking Mac out of the game. Was he removed in order to prevent injury?
I think the whole situation in the game was just, I felt like that was the best thing to do at the time. There's a lot of things went into it, but yeah, it'd be part of it, and just the way the game had gone and so forth. I mean, it was multiple things.
And I know you were asked if you still considered Mac your quarterback moving forward last night. Do you consider Bailey a viable starting option for you?
Yeah. I'm sure, Phil, if I had left Mac in the game and he'd gotten injured, he'd been asking me why he was still in the game. It was 31-0. So it's, you know, it is what it is.
So, but with Bailey, do you consider him a starting player, potentially?
Look, I have confidence that every player that's on the team, otherwise they wouldn't be on the team. So every player that's on the team, I have confidence in.
Last question, Chris Ryan.
But wanted to ask about defensive side of the football without Judon and Gonzalez yesterday. You're obviously trying some new things there to compensate for their losses. How do you think that that went, particularly with Judon and also having Jonathan Jones and J.C. Jackson back?
Well, I mean, like I said after the game, I think we have to do a better job in all three phases of the game. So let's leave it at that.
And just specifically to J.C. Jackson and Jonathan Jones, what did you see from them?
It's good to have them back. But yeah, again, we need to look. We just need to do a better job in every area. That's all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
How many questions?